Fair Credit Reporting Act makes it very clear that anyone with unauthorized charges or incorrect information in their credit reports can dispute about them. This can be done by sending a dispute letter to the creditor involved and sending a dispute letter to the credit bureaus. If you notice any misinformation in your billing statement or credit report, it is your right to file for a dispute. Nevertheless, although most consumers are aware of their rights, many are still hesitant or skeptical about disputing their debts. The reason? Some people believe that creditors won't listen and disputing charges would just be a waste of time. Thus, rather than go through the trouble of disputing incorrect charges, some people choose to ignore the accounts in the hopes that they will go away. Unfortunately, when it's time for them to apply for credit, they realize they will just have to pay for the charges that they didn't owe since they no longer have the time to dispute the items. Don't let this happen to you. The fact is, the process of disputing doesn't need to be difficult and complicated. Let's discuss the correct steps of disputing charges and talk about how you can write an effective dispute letter that will earn a positive response from creditors and credit bureaus. First, and your dispute within 60 days. You can only dispute charges for 60 days, so make it a habit to check your accounts regularly. Also, obtain a copy of your credit report at least twice a year to check its accuracy. Make sure that the charges are false. Before attempting to dispute, see to it that you are making a valid complaint. Send a dispute letter to all 3 major credit bureaus. Remember that each credit bureau creates reports independently. This is why credit reports appear different from that of the report issued by another bureau. By sending a letter to all major bureaus, you can be assured that your report is updated accordingly. Make sure that your envelope is addressed correctly. Print the address clearly and see to it that it is addressed to the right department of the agency. Check each credit reporting agency's website to verify that you have the right address. Send via registered mail. Why is it important to send your letter via registered mail? You'll get a receipt proving you sent the dispute letter, the date it was received, and who received it. Keep record. It is recommended to make a duplicate copy of your dispute letter before sending it to the bureaus. Keep all copies of your correspondence with your creditors and credit bureaus for your future reference. Once you get the receipt back from your registered mail, staple that receipt to the appropriate letter. You may need to wait from 2 weeks to a month before you receive a reply from the credit bureaus. Investigation takes 30 days, and if the matter has been resolved, you should be sent an updated copy of your credit report along with a response to your letter. But there are some instances when the credit reporting agencies do not respond as expected. When this happens, don't lose hope. Send them another letter and remind them about their obligation to respond to your dispute. What if you don't have the time to dispute on your own? You can turn to legal agencies that can dispute on your behalf for a reasonable service fee. How to write an effective dispute letter. Point out the specific details that you wanted to dispute. Use the right words. Include documents that support your claim, and go straight to the point. Very clear about the issue you're disputing. The best way to present your issue clearly is to include a photocopy of your report in your letter with the items in dispute underlined or encircled. This isn't the time to use vague or flowery words. A precise and simple dispute letter is best. There's no need to impress the bureaus. It's like erroneous, misleading, incorrect, outdated, wrong, or some of the terms that you could use to accurately describe your complaint. If you're disputing about charges that have been paid, it would help to enclose copies of your receipts with your letter, but remember, never send the originals. There's no need to fill your letter with a very long explanation of why you think the details are wrong. A wordy complaint full of information nothing to do with the dispute may get your complaint rejected. The credit agencies are not interested in whether this is an account that was opened by your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend without your permission. Just tell them it's not yours. Take note that unauthorized charges are not the only information that you can dispute. Check your credit report for any errors in your personal identification details, old charges that have already been paid, or inaccurate remarks. Make sure sending a dispute letter to the right people. If there are charges in one of your credit card accounts, you need to dispute this with the credit card company, not the crediting agencies. You only dispute something like the credit agencies if you can't get anywhere with your credit company and it's now appearing on your credit report.